I've mentioned in previous reviews that it takes more than just an artistic direction to incite nostalgia. It has to have heart, and it has to work well with a modern audience in mind just as much as the old players it's going for. Undertale reminded me of one of my childhood favorites, Paper Mario, so much that it almost unnerved me. I don't think I've played a game that has nailed what makes a Paper Mario game since Super Paper Mario. There has to be humor and character, but it also has to have a sort of innocence to it, like your dad telling you an awful joke when you were a kid. It also has to have emotional heart. It needs weight to go with its levity. Everyone and their mother has compared Undertale with Earthbound, and that's a pretty fair comparison. Earthbound is another one that reminds me a lot of Paper Mario, and with its simplistic art style, it's an easy one to emulate. Thing is, I didn't play Earthbound as a kid, but I did play Paper Mario back then, and I think that's a decent substitute. Like Earthbound, it's an easy RPG with a very quirky sense of humor, lots of pulp cultural references, and an emotional core that keeps things together. These are all things that Undertale does very well, but it also does something really unique on top of all that. It gives you the option to spare every single being you come across. Yep, you can play the entire game without killing anybody at all. And it's not like Phantom Pain or something where a sleeping body may as well just be a dead one. No. If you're doing a pacifist run of Undertale, you need to win your battles by talking them out, and there are definite strategies to talking things out that are very different from killing the monsters outright. Every monster has their own tells, annoyances, and feelings. Often, the best strategy is to do nothing the first turn, just so you can hear what they have to say, or how they feel about you. You have to gauge their personalities so you can understand how to defeat them non-lethally. The writer definitely used this to his advantage. Every enemy does have a personality, and often an entertaining one. Fights are more memorable because of this. Even if I end up facing the same enemy again and again in random encounters, they're still more memorable than the hordes I fight in something like Final Fantasy, simply because they actually have character. And it's also memorable because we get to explore these characters firsthand through gameplay. There's one boss fight early on that I don't want to spoil, and thus isn't on the screen at the moment, that is absolutely heartbreaking. And it works so well because we're slowly chipping away at the boss's willpower. The boss is begging and pleading with us to stop. I can't say anything more than that because I won't dare spoil it, but it really hits you emotionally hard. Moving away from that though, it also just goes without saying that this game is damn funny. And again, it's in that sort of dad joke Paper Mario style of funny, but that doesn't make it any less enjoyable. It's not the jokes that are funny, it's the characters trying so desperately to make you laugh that's funny. It's so awkwardly enjoyable in a nostalgic kind of way. It also sort of fleshes out these characters. There's one character that is so stiff and inept at talking to you that it's really hilarious, but when he does more serious things, that underlying humor makes his character and his decisions more believable in the long run. And I think I have about run my course when it comes to things I can say without spoiling important things. This is a game that does like to mess with you, and that's the most I can say without ruining the surprise. So believe me when I say that this is a very low-risk investment with a very high payoff. It's $10 on Steam, it could run on a potato, and you can beat it in a weekend. Twice, if you really devote your time. And I would really encourage you to play it twice. A non-lethal run is only marginally more difficult than a genocidal one, and the story outcome, while wildly different, is still worth exploring. And, if you're like me, and you loved games like Paper Mario or Earthbound as a kid, then you need this in your life. It seriously just about scares me how much like Paper Mario Undertale is. And if you watch my videos, you know that that is a damn good thing. So pick it up.